Hey guys, thought I'd do a quick little run through of my first aid kit, the Maxpedition FR-1. I'm just going to show you my old first aid kit that I had. It's kind of small, had several pockets in it and stuff, but just didn't hold all the stuff that I needed, or that I thought that I needed for all my hikes. And so this is a good little pack, but upgraded to this, the Maxpedition FR-1. It's in foliage green. Has several really sturdy attachments here, MOLLE attachments that I can use to attach it to my Maxpedition Pygmy backpack that I have that matches in the same color. So anyways, I'll just give you a rundown of it and the contents inside. It has some elastic band here to hold whatever else you need on there. It's got a real sturdy carry handle, and so I can easily attach it from my backpack and put it in my car for trips. So starting on the outside here, I have a tourniquet. Keep that on there just in case. It's for easy access. I think it's important to have that near the top of the pack, not on the outside, so I have one on the outside. Have a pair of, I guess you could call these EMT shears, combat shears, I think is what the website that I ordered them from called them. They're really strong. They cut through clothing, and they'll even cut through a penny. So that's really all you need as far as scissors or anything like that. These things they're really versatile, and they're rather compact. It has YKK zippers on them. The zippers are really sturdy on it. They won't break or anything like that. Maxpedition is known for their quality. Okay, and open it up here. Don't really have a very good angle with this camera, but we'll work with what we got. Upon opening the pack, it's got a draw type string on it here, and you can actually adjust that down here, so you can tighten it or loosen it, and you can make the pack, stand on end, so you can access the pack really easily without having to, open it all the way up, which is really nice. So I'll start with the protective barriers that I usually use, or that everybody should use when coming in contact with body fluids or blood. So this little pocket here, I have packs of latex-free gloves. I think I have 3 or 4 pair in here, and in a bag. And of course they're not sterile, but it's going to protect you. In the bottom here, I have a micro shield, clear mouth barrier it's called, and it's actually a CPR shield. This is administering CPR to anybody, and even family members. I would probably, you don't want somebody throwing up in your mouth when you get them CPR. So anyways, that's what that looks like. I think that the Red Cross has actually revised their policy, or going to, as far as on first aid, and they're saying chest compressions now instead of rescue breaths. So anyways, I always have that with me. Okay, that does it for the protective barriers. Move on to the next section of the kit, which is the OTC section. These two things right here are ammonia inhalants, smelling salts. Somebody's passed out on you. A lot of times these will work. If you ever go to hospitals, you'll see them laying around. I know in the radiology department, they have these on the X-ray tubes just in case somebody passes out. Right here in the next pocket, I have some chapstick. Self-explanatory. And down in here, I have this big pack of various over-the-counter drugs in individual packages. Loratadine, which is Claritin. I have 2 packs of these for allergies, of course. Acetaminophen, which is Tylenol, or Tylenol, which is acetaminophen. Zantac for heartburn. Motrin IV, ibuprofen. These are things people are really should be familiar with. Dayquil cold and sinus. Some Advil liquid gels. Excedrin sinus headache. Imodium AD and Pepto-Bismol. They recommended this. Basically how I came up with putting all these things in my kit. Watched various videos on YouTube on what people used. Made my own kit from there. A lot of people recommend an Imodium because they said, you know, you become dehydrated. You know, if you have diarrhea and you're back in the woods and something happens, you get stranded, or you break your leg or something, and you have that on top of it, can dehydrate you and you can die from it. So this stuff is really important, even though people might kind of laugh at it. And some Pepto-Bismol caplets in here. Working my way on down. This is kind of big. I'm going to condense it to a little bit smaller container here too. But inside of here is this basically hydrocortisone cream. Moving on down here, this says may cause drowsiness. It's just a little blood sugar strip tester unit that's empty for test strips, and I have like 3 Zyrtec in here and diphenhydramine, which is Benadryl, which is diphenhydramine, and so you know that's for antihistamine for allergic reactions to bee stings and stuff like that. So keep that in there. Moving on down, as far as the stings, insect bites relief, sting ease. Just unscrews, and basically it's just got an applicator. You can apply it to the skin section that you got bit on. This is Sustain Ultra. This is a pretty fairly good over-the-counter brand of eye drops. So these are really good to have in your pack. A little bit better than Visine. This is called Elite. It's electrolyte add-in stuff for drinks and water. It's basically, it has electrolytes in it. You know, you can add it to your water. It just says makes pure electrolytes water that tastes like water. Turns any drink into a sports drink. So just a little thing here, if you can be dehydrated and stuff, you know, electrolytes are really beneficial. Moving on up here to this section, we have various pockets, and so in this pocket I have some super glue, Elmer super glue. The lid won't stay on that very good. Band-Aid brand antibiotic ointment, some burn cream, and some surgical lubricant. Didn't really know what I needed that for, but you know, you always have it just in case. I don't know, you know, somebody gets their hand caught in something, you know, sometimes you can slip it out with some, I guess, surgical lubricant. I don't know. I figured I'd need it, so I just put it in there. It doesn't take up much room. Just some little applicators here. There's not very many of them, 3 or 4 of them. Right in this little pocket here, I have another tourniquet rolled up. This right here is just a, it's called sorbent. It's just basically just keeps moisture out of containers. I thought I'd throw it in the bottom of there. Tweezers. These are bigger tweezers, bigger pickups. These are actually pretty good for ticks, for pulling ticks. They have like a straight edge on them. So I thought these would be good for pulling ticks off Cassie or, you know, me. So have those with me. I took a credit card, cut it, and basically put some tape around here and some black electrical tape. It's just compact and real small. You really don't need much. So these are 2 spoons from my ice cream store. They're really sturdy, hard plastic, and I figured these could be used as a splint in case you break your finger, and you use the tape to wrap around and stabilize the finger. So that's just something in there that I thought I could use. Right here, up in the top here, is a it's a box cutter blade. So thought that would be handy. Pair of hemostats. A surgical blade, stainless steel blade. It's extremely sharp, very, very sharp. It cuts you to the bone. So figured I might need. Don't know what I could use that for, but I have it. In the top here, very common thing in first aid kits, the Band-Aids. These are butterfly strips used for little closures of little cuts. Just a couple Band-Aids. Some alcohol prep pads, 5 or 6 of these. Just some more Band-Aids and a bigger size Band-Aid here. So that's probably what you'll probably most likely use in the first aid kit more than anything are the Band-Aids. This is just says for oral use only. Some liquid Benadryl you know, you can give it to the dog in case she has a reaction to any bee stings or gets into a bee's nest when hiking. So I have that, and it's measured in teaspoons, so that's helpful. Have one of those. Over here, a lot of people are talking about wound irrigation and how to clean it out on the internet. Use water, you know, just clean water. But I got one of these. These are normal saline flush, and so like 0.9% sodium chloride. So I just used that. Could use that for, you know, flushing out a wound or anything. So have one of those with me. Up top here is when it starts with the major bleeding and trauma stuff that hopefully I'll never have to use. This is known as Celox. It's a hemostatic granules, and it's a it says controls moderate to severe bleeding and promotes rapid coagulation. Temporary traumatic wound treatment. I think the military might have used this, or there's some videos of the military training exercises they use it. It's for things like gunshot wounds, and you know, like if you have like a femoral artery, you have a real bad bleed in your leg, you can use that, I guess. I could use it. Some more stuff is a quick clot combat gauze. It's for temporary external use to control traumatic bleeding. And this is really good stuff. It's rather expensive. I got a good deal on it. Here we have some more things. Tegaderm film strips. So we have those. And I've got some bigger ones here. Tegaderm strips. And some drain sponges, just some gauze. I think I have 3 of them, or 2 of them, sorry. Just some 4x4s in there, so. And I think that's all. I've emptied the whole pack out, so that's all I have right now. Any suggestions would be helpful, and if anybody else has anything that they could recommend, or that they have or didn't see that I had that I could use, I would appreciate it. But thanks for watching my video.